Hello, hello. Welcome back. Thank you for joining us.
Hello,
Hello,
everyone. This is Kim and Latrice from Startup to Takeover, Watch Us Work podcast. Hello, Kim.
hello, Latrice. How you doing? What's
I'm
going on?
good. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
How you
Today,
guys? Sorry we're late today, but Latrice was having internet issues.
like
But
we
we're
said,
here.
raw and
Yep, but we are definitely here.
organic right here. So whatever happens, it's happening in real time.
But hey, we're gonna always be trying to get on. So sometimes you just bear with us and we'll definitely show up. So
And
how was your
thank
day
you.
today, Kim?
It was good. A good day. Rained a lot, not too much, but
Oh, really?
yeah, yeah, rained a lot. It's okay. It's still raining now.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like peaceful rain. Like the rain, if you go on YouTube, they have this rain to put you to sleep.
Yeah.
Like
Mm-hmm.
listening, and
Yep.
that was the kind of rain that was coming down. So it was like so peaceful, and I took
Okay.
advantage of it, enjoyed it.
Okay, well, good. So you rested today then for the majority of the
I did.
time.
Well, I did not because it was so peaceful. I still worked on videos.
Okay,
I still did productive things, but
hmm
not anything that would make take the peace away.
I got you.
It actually went smoother just because it was raining.
Gotcha, gotcha. Well,
How
I didn't
about
do
you?
anything today. Um, I think I did something with the business, maybe just a little bit. Oh, girl, no, I've been on the computer all day. Forgot.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I was working a couple of the business stuff today, all day today, and then
Hmm.
my husband had me cook what I call one of the most fattening meals.
Uh-oh. What was that?
Girl, instead of chili dogs, we had hot dogs with rotel on top.
Okay.
And
He
then
was serious.
he also ate the rotel. So I'm like, "Oh, this fat boy meal today."
Okay.
So I
Where
only
did he
ate
get that
one
from?
and a half. Huh?
Where did he get that idea from, or is something you guys do?
No, it was something he must have saw on social media, child, and sent it to me. And so
Okay.
I was like, "Oh, it looks good." Girl, I did that rotel with that hot dog and it was just a little too much for me, but him
Did
too,
he?
because he can eat, and he didn't even eat all his. It was heavy. When I gave
Okay.
my dad his plate, he said, "Oh, oh."
Oh, did not eat it?
I mean, I just gave it to him, and it was time for me to come up here, pretty much.
Okay. Okay. Well,
Mhm.
so you don't know if they like it or not?
Well, yeah, my baby was singing when he was eating, so that's a
Okay.
that's a
Okay.
that's a sign if they're singing while eating.
Yeah.
Um, I prefer chili dogs with, like, raw onions, but, it was okay. It was okay. It
Yeah.
looked better than it tastes, I think. Just a mixture with rotel and then a hot dog. It looked good on the stuff, but no. I
Yeah.
think I'll
I
stick
know.
to a regular
Was it?
chili dog with the,
Yeah.
raw onions and
Yeah.
stuff like that. But yeah,
Yeah.
so that was my day. Very, very busy. But yeah. So what
Oh,
we had kind of said what we was going to talk about, but I can't remember because it was offline when we discussed it, but I can't remember what we were going to discuss today. And I
I
thought it was
cannot eat.
pretty good. Hmm?
I can't either, but I can. But I did want to, because I wanted to slide something in there about music when you were saying your son was singing, and I just want to slide it in there just to ask a question. Do you still listen to music? Like, what do you still listen to music, and what kind?
So I listen to a variety, but I don't listen to music per se on a daily anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't have time.
Okay.
So at home, I don't play music, right? It's very rare that I'll play it in the morning. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, extremely rare. And because I work from home, I'm not always in my vehicle. So, but then even if I do end up, um,
So working at home, you don't listen to music?
no, I have so much
You're
going
always-
on. I'm working businesses and then I'm listening to so what I listen to, when I go to my garden every day is always Bible Gateway, right? So when I'm in my garden, I'm listening to the app.
Mhm.
So, and then a lot of times because everything is really around the business, that's most of my day. Like that's why most times when it's time for us to jump on this podcast, I'm running to get to it because my day really is full that I don't
Mhm.
really have time to watch TV or just be relaxing listening to music. So,
Yeah.
but
But
my
you know how they
my
play, music in the background. People in the office play office
I don't
music.
yeah, I don't
Yeah,
like
that's
that
what I was talking about.
cuz I
Since
can't
you're
focus. A lot of my
okay,
stuff is mental. I can't
yeah,
focus with, music going
yeah.
on in the background. But I know people that can, but
I can.
okay.
I used to, music was my thing. I woke up with music. I went to bed with
Mhm.
music because that's the era we were in, and
Mhm.
listening growing up in the 70s, listening to my mother music. So it was just music, 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 taught my kids, music, music, music. But it seems like I grew and then I started and things life was life and then my ear for music started to change
Mhm.
and it went to I couldn't listen to R&B because it would do something to me. It would make me cry, or it was something. I was going through something, and the music wouldn't music it, as I could say, I say,
Mhm.
and so it took me to gospel music because that would
Mhm.
took me through. So now my ear for music is different. Like I listen to gospel a lot, but I'll
Mhm.
still want to listen to R&B. I
Yeah.
still, but it's the older R&B. I still try to listen to it, and then it sounds so distant now. The music.
Hmm. Wait a minute. When you say the music, are you talking about today's music or are you talking about old school music? What sounds distant? You just said the music. What
Yeah,
music?
like all music to me, like
Oh.
our old music, it sounds so not like we were. It's not hitting the same as it did back in the 80s, the 90s. It just it not to me and my ears anymore. And I thought, to see if
I guess
someone
I'm
else.
trying to find out. Are you saying the music from back then don't hit anymore? Or are you just saying music in
Oh,
general? Or are you talking
in
about the
general,
music? Oh
in
yeah, no,
general.
no. I still love music. So my thing is this is why I say I don't listen all the time because if I sing or I'm a rap it, right? So whatever I'm listening to, I get involved in. That's why I said I can't be working on something and it's in the background, right? Um,
Right.
but music now is different, right, than the music that we grew up on. Well,
Hmm.
in a sense, right? Because our music went through phases as well. I don't know why this
Yeah,
TikTok keeps saying that I need to reconnect, but it looked like it's connected. But anyway,
because you are echoing.
I am echoing. Oh,
Hmm. Yeah.
but so I think even our music went through a clean stage, a dirty stage, a
Hmm.
derogatory stage,
Hmm.
where they started belittling women. Then
Right.
it became violent rap. So
Hmm.
in my early 20s, I actually, believe it or not, so I've been listening to country since I was a teenager, and it
Okay.
became my number one genre of music.
Hmm.
So my early 20s, I got away from rap because I was
Hmm.
just over it. I got away from the rap. I got away from the black movies because it was all negative. It wasn't
Mhm.
anything like the Cosby Show type movies,
Yeah.
shows,
Mhm.
right? Nor music. So I did pull away from that. And believe it or not, back
I think.
into listening to the music now.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's gutter. Sorry, that's just how I
Yeah,
see it.
because I
It's
I I don't I don't really even know the music of today, and I still listen. That's what I say. Now I can. It was a point that I could not listen to that, to R&B. Like it was like almost worldly. I couldn't listen to it. But now it's like it's easing back. Like I'm easing back and I can listen to it again. Not
mhm,
I still know every word to the song
mhm, mhm,
from 80s, 70s, 90s,
mhm,
and some 2000s. Probably the first 2000, not 2001, 2002, 2003. Probably not that, but
mhm,
2000. So my ear is still there, but it's going to gravitate right back to that gospel.
mhm. Yeah, so
And I was wondering, is it someone out like me, or is it just me? But I'm
no, it's a
sure,
lot of people. A lot of people
yeah.
talk about the music that's out now.
I don't even think
But
it's.
I don't even know if they just listen to gospel or is of a mixture. I think most people listen to a mixture of music. I don't I just think that's the majority.
Yeah.
Even if the majority is gospel, I think they
Hmm.
still at a minimum listen to R&B,
Hmm.
right? The
Hmm.
romantic R&B, not the gutter stuff. And like I tell people, even my parents, they had nasty rhythm and
Yeah.
blues, you know.
We
I
stroked
didn't
in.
under I didn't
Yeah.
understand it when I was little, right? But then
Yeah.
when I became an adult, like, oh, wait a minute, what they were playing? So I think
Yeah.
everyone go through their stages, but now it's just worse. The women, whew, the celebration of, as they call, being liberated, is too raunchy,
Yeah.
and it's not teaching our girls to be women, ladylike. So that's one of my main issues with the music today. Is I feel like the women, and remember we kind of had this a touch on this. I feel that it's the competition with men. It's
Hmm.
like they can rap and be all blah 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 blah. So I want to be able to do it, and I don't think it's a good thing, right? I get
Hmm.
wanting to be able to speak your mind, but be careful what you're speaking your mind about. What are you
Hmm.
chasing? If you were to have children, is that how you want them to see you? The sad part is, like, some of them have children and that's how they are, right?
Yeah.
So, so I think it's because we're so far removed from God's way of living that we're just out here living with no repercussions of what it's doing.
Yeah. Now I try to be careful with that
Mhm,
because when I was younger,
mhm.
I dressed provocative. I wore those Daisy Dukes. I wore shirts without bras, but because in
Wait a minute,
that
not the shirt without the bras, not the
I
okay, you
did,
did that.
baby,
Okay.
baby, yes.
But hold
But
on, but were you taught? But were you taught at the
I
time?
I
Right.
I thought I
That's what
was
I'm
just
saying. They're not
living.
taught.
I was
Yeah, that's what
married.
I'm saying. But think about it. That's what I said. They're just out here.
Yeah.
So of course, that's why. That's what I'm saying. It's so far removed that that's why
No,
it's almost
but
like the
I was
majority.
but you gotta think about it. I was taught, just to come back to what you said, was I taught? Yeah, because Granny made me wear a slip and stockings.
Oh, and you still no. Okay, so when I say taught, we ain't talking about like just one person. Was it what were you majority around growing up? Majority.
Granny.
Also, so your friend?
Yeah,
Come on now, hold on. When I say
I was around
majority, when you grew up, you weren't around your grandmother the whole time.
when I was around Granny from little to getting married with Tim. I
So you
mean,
didn't
with
get
my
to go
husband.
outside. You didn't go outside and hang with your friends, your neighborhood, your community. What was the
When,
majority?
when,
Not the
when
anomaly. What was the majority?
I always hung with Granny. I always rode in the car
Really?
hung with Granny. I always with Granny. Yeah, I had my
Why
friends
why
that
you hang out with friends?
Baby, I hung with Granny. I rode every time she would go to any of her kids' house. Who sitting in the
Hmm.
car? If it me and Granddaddy, I always rode with her. It was me, her, and the our other cousin. If it
Up
wasn't
until
me,
what age?
all the time.
Up until
Yeah,
what age?
and she. That's why I say I used to sneak her clothes to go to school. I put on her stockings, and girl be embarrassed. I
Wait a
used to
minute.
sneak
Hold on.
her
Wait a
stuff.
minute.
Yes,
I'm looking at
yes.
Granny figure and I'm looking at you. And you sneak her clothes and her
No,
stockings.
I used to sneak her stockings.
Oh, I thought you said her clothes, her stockings. I thought I
No,
heard clothes. I'm like,
I
wait a
used to
minute.
sneak.
What?
I used to sneak her clothes, her stockings, and then
Hmm.
she would make me wear like I can remember this day. She would make me wear my clothes over at to school the next day, and I used to be so embarrassed. But I used to sneak because I had a cousin that
Hmm.
lived in the project. The way I had to walk to school, I used to sneak over her house and change clothes every day because she would make me wear the clothes over so they wasn't dirty.
So is
And
this
she
your
said,
cousin on your dad's side or on the same side, your mom with me?
It, Mama, it's Mama, step niece in law, not step niece
Oh,
in law, her
okay. I
niece
got
in
you.
law.
I
Yeah,
got you.
but it's her niece because we grew up with her like
Hmm.
just a niece. So I would
I got
sneak over her house because she
you. Hmm.
was like the niece, like she gonna take care of me like a sister, and
Okay.
she would let me change clothes, wear her clothes because she was small like me.
Gotcha. Yep.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
that's what I'm
So
telling
that's
you. If
so
you
that's who
hear
you
me
hung
talking,
with.
if you hear me talking, you hear me saying granny everything.
Well, I mean, my
I
mama was everything, but I had friends, and my mama wasn't majority of the people I was hanging around. I still had friends that I
Mhm.
hung around. So I got you.
I can when I was Mama was I was living with Mama now, and she
Hmm.
wasn't playing that time of hanging out. What?
Hmm.
Hanging
So how did
out.
you meet? How did
Boy,
you? Okay, so how did you meet your husband?
because we was living in the projects and Mama wouldn't let me go anywhere. And he and his friend walking up and down the street. I'm sitting
Hmm.
on the porch looking cute. They
Hmm.
walking up and down the street, and
This girl
his
said,
friend
"Looking
dragged
cute."
him. Yeah, his friend dragged him back to my porch, and we started talking from there. That was it. I couldn't get off the porch or anything. He started talking to me on my porch. Then I started sneaking in his house. You know how they do. I
So
started
you
sneaking.
didn't really have friends. You went from
No,
old school to a boyfriend. I
one
got you.
friend. I had
Yep.
one. I had more. I had school friends, but I had one friend that well, two friends.
Well,
We
you know, I'm
still
talking about like out of school. So I got you. Yeah, away from school, you didn't
right. The
really
same
have
two
any.
friends that I tell you about now.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the same two friends ever. Never I had a lot of friends because Mama wouldn't let me do anything. She wouldn't let me go off the porch. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, and I didn't want to do anything. I tried to sneak out and hang with the people, but because their parent was so lenient, Mama wasn't hearing that.
Got you. That's
She
what I was
was
asking.
not
So what was your friends' influence? How were they? So if
no,
their parents was lenient,
very,
so
very,
then so
and I
then
was
the friends
jealous.
had to have some type of influence, right?
Yeah, I was jealous
Yeah.
because I felt like they were doing out there having
Well, yeah,
boyfriends,
you was a kid.
girlfriends.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was very jealous. So
Yeah, that's
yeah,
normal.
so like me and Tim, I mean me and we got married at 18. I'm pregnant at
Yep.
17. So I'm running
Hmm.
this trying to be like my friends with because they're having a good time and I'm stuck at home
Yeah, they was having a good time.
going
Okay.
through what I was going through. So but
Hmm.
I know better now, but I
Right.
didn't.
Absolutely. And that's what I
I
was
never,
saying. So where was that influence came from? It came from those friends that had loose parents. And that's what I was saying. Like,
yeah,
because like,
that's where
okay,
it
you
came
had
from. Yep.
granny teaching you, but they were
Yep.
also teaching you. And that's why I was
Yep.
asking.
Yep.
So you have an anomaly, which was your grandmother, which is my
Yep.
grandmother, but you
Yep.
also had these friends
Yep. And
who
she was
were, and
like
then
my
you had the
protector.
boyfriend who was also
Mhm.
fast. So you did
Yep.
have that. So what I was trying to get you to see was that you did have a grandmother who was teaching you, but the majority was also showing you bad.
Yep.
So that
Yeah.
helps with the provocative dressing. We all go
Mhm.
through it. But what I'm
Yeah.
saying is if there's a community where the
Mhm.
majority is this is how you should live, this is how you should carry yourself as a young lady, right?
Mhm.
Then that would change the dynamics of, I think, even our culture with the music and what the women are representing and saying they're free to do it
Yeah.
almost without any consequences. But
Mhm.
there are consequences to it, right?
that's how we were free to do it. Like, I think now, just listening to you, that yeah,
Mhm.
I was dressing like that because I was in competition to make sure his eyes was only on me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I
Away from
wanted to
God's
make sure
way.
the
Yeah.
curves were showing,
Mhm.
everything is looking right. And then I grew up. And now
Right.
I'm coming to my forming into my character. Now I want to wear these little clothes because that's all I saw. And I
Mhm.
like it.
Mhm.
And I like it.
Right.
So now I do, and I want to wear it. So that's why I say,
Wait
it's
a minute,
kind
you
of
said now you do? Wait a minute, you saying
no,
now?
not now. Oh
Oh,
no, I can't
wait
even
a
wear
minute,
tank
girl.
tops. People be like, "Oh, my grandma be saying, Mama, your stomach is showing." No, it's not.
Well, see, that's what I'm talking about. What I was getting to was, of course, because you said, well, I wanted to do that. Of course, so did I, but we weren't
Yeah,
following God's way. So
no.
what I was tying it to was the music and the why behind the music. But
Mm-hmm.
if the majority of us as women can collectively come together and get women to understand who we are and what we represent and whose we are, and while we
Mm-hmm.
don't have to choose this path to compete, I said complete, to compete with one another, but those who are kind of lost and don't understand, I think it can change. I
Mm-hmm.
keep thinking that we can get to where, because I'm not even going to say get back to. I don't think a lot of us have even seen it in large numbers. I
Right.
think we can get the community to where we're supposed to be, not by excusing what they're doing, but calling them on it, right? Because ours, to be honest, my mother, she probably would say something, 'cause to see the women how so provocative, like how you saying with like with no bra, girl, they walking around with their cheeks out. We're
I
not talking
used
about
to.
Daisy Dukes. We talking about they're walking around with a skirt
So
up and they got a
yeah,
thong in the middle. So
and
there's a
they had
difference.
underwear. Yeah, and they had
Correct.
underwear. They underwear. Now I didn't do that. Now I
This
did
is
wear
different.
legs, but it was
Yes.
different. Yeah,
It's
like
getting worse. It's
flat.
worse and worse and worse
Yeah.
with, and we have to start speaking up because a lot of grandmothers that are our age are out here doing the same thing.
Yeah, I know
They're
it.
dressing like them.
Yeah.
They're
But
on here every picture they take, they backside out.
boy, I
It,
know
it's the
it. Or
competition stuff.
yeah, it is competition, but that's where we come in. I think as you can't really tell people this is like a rebellious country or a group of people. So I
Mhm.
think we would have to like be the leaders and show it, do it, not
Right.
really do it. Like we
Mhm.
talked about, doing an event with girls of a certain age and
Yeah.
teaching them
You gotta
how
you
to
gotta do it and you gotta
be.
talk
Yeah,
about it. And you gotta let them know who they are and what they represent, and you gotta give them
show
the
them,
why. Yeah.
show them more
Mhm.
from what they are seeing.
Yep.
Mhm,
And you
change
have
the
to do on the spot correction. You can't,
mhm.
because like with me and my daughter's 16, we have conversations, and I don't mince words, honey. I
Uh-huh.
give her the raw deal of life, and I talk to her, but she also see, I'm 48, but I'm not ever walk with my, you can see my bra, my not my bra, my tata sticking out. No, ma'am.
Yeah,
No.
yeah,
And I get it. There are different people and they got, they go through different stages. And I dressed sexy, never slutty. And I think there's
yeah,
a difference.
yeah,
And some people do like to dress slutty, but I say dress slutty in the bedroom. Keep it that way. No
yeah,
one's saying you can't try to be a certain way, but do everybody out in the world need to see it?
yeah. I mean, I
So
went back and looked at some of, our celebrities back in the 90s and 80s. They were covered up. They had
yeah.
small, they had small bottoms and small breasts, and they were covered up, but they were sexy,
Hmm.
and they still were wanted.
Yep. Yep.
So it's like a change. Like
It's
everybody's
extreme.
revealing and they talk about you versus
Yep.
they were covered up and still sexy and they being wanted.
Hmm. Yeah.
So yeah.
And you know how the other piece, I told you, I think women don't like to admit it is a competition. They're doing it to be seen. They like to say they're not,
Hmm.
but You are, because that's why I say if
Yeah,
they were ignored, they would change it.
just to think. That's what I said. Just to think me back in the day. Yeah, let me go on and dress sexy so you can be looking at me instead of Susie over here because I know Susie trying to get you. So let
Mhm.
me just look cute. So yeah, hmm
Yeah,
I believe it.
absolutely. So yeah, I think that's what the music is tied to. That's the
Hmm
sad part, but I definitely believe it's tied to that. And a lot of people raising children, they can blame mothers if they want. I blame the mother, and if there's an absent father. So I think it's always both parents, not just the mother, because the mother was the one raising a child and the father wasn't there. So you can't blame him. Yes, I can, because absence is a part of not raising your child right if you're absent.
hmm
So I think the fact that both parents, something was lacking, right,
hmm
for your daughter to go out there the way that now the women are really, and it started, what was it, Lil Kim, Lil Kim,
Yeah,
Trina.
yeah,
I'm trying to think of our sexually, not just lyrics. I'm talking about even the dress. I think it
yeah.
was
But
Lil
it's a
Kim,
little,
Trina. Hmm?
yeah, because they were bathing suits. Well, little
Hmm.
Kim was because
Yeah,
Biggie
and I think
Shirley.
Foxy
Yeah,
Brown. So it's like it
it
started
was
there,
the
at least that I can
rapper.
recall.
Yeah,
Hmm?
it was like the real raw rappers
Hmm.
besides Queen Latifah. She still was Queen Latifah, but it was the in MC
That's why
Light.
it's the
They
three
were
that I'm
still,
calling. I'm calling their
yeah,
names, yeah.
yeah.
And then
So
it
it was
started
like a
there, and it
real.
just got worse and worse and worse,
I
worse and
feel
worse.
like it's just a little group, the same amount like we have now. You got the same.
You think there's a clean rapper? Name one female.
No, no. I'm
Oh.
saying like Little Kim and their little group. It's a group now, like Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion, Little Kim, and who did we name that were Foxy Brown that was rapping. They were rapping like that, and they were wearing provocative
Hmm.
clothing. But
Yeah, I
back in
think
the
it's
'90s, it
maybe
wasn't.
it seem like it's more now,
Yeah,
because we had Salt and Pepper was raunchy,
yeah,
you
but
know.
not like
So,
that.
but no, not but so it actually probably started with them, and they trying to get there, with their words. TLC came out with the freedom of sexuality. Oh God,
Yeah,
yeah.
but
So
they didn't dress like that. They dressed
no,
like yeah,
no, they
mhm.
didn't dress like that. They had their sexy. They had the
Yeah,
sexy
that's what
look.
I said. They
Hmm.
were still sexy.
Hmm.
I mean, what was it? Sexy cool and wait, what was it? T
T
sexy, sexy cool and something. Darn, I can't say
I
it, but
forgot
they
what it
were.
was. But yeah,
They
so
had
the different stages. That's
you,
what I said. Every even
you
our
had the
parents, they
haircut.
had their
You had the haircut. I have the picture with you. That a haircut. The stack
yeah, I had
low.
yeah,
Yeah,
high school.
yeah.
But yeah, so
Mhm.
even our parents, they went through their raunchy stage. Girl, the grandparents. I can see the dances my mother's mother used to do back in the day.
Yeah, yeah,
So I get it, but what I'm saying is, it's getting worse and worse and worse.
yeah,
It's almost like maybe the competition's like, okay, well, how can I push it even further? Versus let's reel this back in.
yeah.
Um,
That's the way I say
type thing.
we have to step up. Like get let get the girls together. Let young girls, young little ladies see that you can be a young little lady,
Hmm.
still live and have fun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. And I think that might be what it is. People think they're missing something, but
yeah,
you better be careful. What are you trying to catch?
yeah. Okay,
Will you want to change your mind 10 years down the road? That type of
okay.
stuff. So, because everybody don't have to have a life full of regrets, right?
No, yeah.
So we need to be vocal about the fact that our choices is helping us understand now, and we're going to
Hmm
speak up and be vulnerable so that you
hmm
don't have to follow that same path.
Right.
Check yourself now. Correct yourself now. Don't make an excuse and say,
You
"Oh,
can say,
well,
oh,
you guys did it, so we can." Learn from ours, because this is
yeah,
what we're trying to get people to see.
yeah.
Change that bloodline that you have. Don't
hmm
follow historically the negativity that's inside of your family or that's inside of your neighborhood. Be the one that goes out and make a change. It can start with just one person. Like Kim, we're gonna discuss something you had right before we came on. That'll be here soon, probably next week. We're gonna have a young guest on, and the positivity that she's trying to spread. You guys don't have to be followers because that's what everybody else did, and you
Mhm.
think you're missing something. Be careful what you're
Mhm.
chasing after.
Mhm.
So, I mean, that's
Yeah.
pretty much what I got to say
Good,
about it.
good, good talk. Good talk. Thank you guys. Thank you guys.
Yeah, thank you guys for joining us. We are on day 20. We just finished up day 23 of our 30-day, 30-minute challenge, where Kim and I are going to come on here every night at 8 p.m. to 8:30. We was a little late because Latrice, my
Made
internet was
it.
acting up.
We
So that's
made
why
it.
we're still on right now.
Mhm.
But yeah, so we'll definitely be here tomorrow on day 24 of the 30-day challenge. On all platforms.
WW.
Come out with us.
WW. Mhm.
So definitely come out with us so that as we continue to grow in our journey, we're just going to have regular day-to-day conversations right here on our
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah.
All right. So from startup to takeover, thank you guys for joining us. We will see you all
WW.
tomorrow.
Good
And we're
night.
out. Good night.